everybody, it's Alara. Welcome back to my channel. I think this is Flosstube 31, I think. Today is now October the 25th. It's just after midnight. It's a little longer than I wanted to go before recording again, but yeah, the last month has been a little not good. It's not been good. I'll be honest. It's not been good. I have gotten a lot of stitching in. This is probably a long video. I have 8 projects to show you, but I was gonna try and do like a stitch with me, so I saved my update from last video for a stitch with me that never happened. And I don't know if a stitch with me could happen at this point, just because I don't know if I have got time to do a stitch with me. It seems like it's time to do an update anyways. So anyway, we know me and my fantabulous planning, always panning out. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. And if you are a new subscriber, thanks so much for coming back and for going ahead and hitting that subscribe button. If you've just happened to stumble into the channel, I hope you enjoy what I have to show you. Tends to be a little serious sometimes on the end of the videos. I do have a funny story I want to share. At the end. Today's beverage of choice is peanut butter moonshine a la hot chocolate. By the end of the video, you'll understand why I drink. It is now finally into the fall weather. We went from 90° Fahrenheit just a couple of days ago to like 65 degrees Fahrenheit today. It's been kind of rainy and drizzly, and I'm actually ready for it. Normally, fall is not my favorite time of season, but I'll be honest, I am ready for these damn crickets to shut up. I'm sure you can hear it. I think it picked it up on the camera last update. But these things, it's not just at night. They go 24/7. And I'm kind of over listening to them. So hoping it cools down fast enough for them to go to sleep for the season. So I have some, like I said, I have 8 projects to share with you. I have some stitchy kindness, a tiny bit of haul. I do have some electronic patterns that I put in a pattern keeper. I don't know if I want to throw those in there or not. We'll see how I feel about it. Yeah, my birthday came and went. I'm old now. So thank you so much for everyone who wished me happy birthday, either here or on Instagram or over on Facebook or messaged me. Y'all, that pulled me through because my whole family, not the family I live with, but the family I grew up with, forgot my birthday. So that was fun. It's okay. I'm used to it. I think that's what I want to go over for introductions. So, well, I went over plans a little bit last time, so I'll kind of go through what the rest of the year looks like into those plans for next year. So, all right. We did have some people over for a weekend to hang in the trees. For anybody who is new, my husband and I do own our own business. We make backpacking hammocks and gear to go with it, and we have on our property space for people to come and hang out. And anytime that happens, I take my stitching up with me, and this particular one, it's usually a printed piece, just because I don't have to take anything with me other than the project and the thread. So this is Southwest Carousel. You can find this on Dimensions or in as a Dimensions kit. Unfortunately, this is not one of them, but this is, yeah, what it should be. And I've gotten into the habit of taking before shots now. So I don't have to dig for video footage. So that's been nice. But I've actually remembered that. So, it's going to be hard to see exactly where I am on this. But, here, I'll show you the back first. So that's where, and I worked mostly in the face here. And the hair a little bit, but mostly here. So, it still looks really funky with the contrasting print colors. But slowly but surely, I think I put 350 stitches in. Which that little thumb clicker has come in really handy. I like that thing for counting paper patterns. Or printed, where there's not even a paper pattern to follow. I know some people hate it when people drink like any kind of liquid on a video, but y'all, this is my decompression time too. Okay, next I worked on Crystal Garden. I pulled this piece out on request from my friend Kristen. She really likes this piece. So when I was having trouble deciding what to work on, excuse me, one evening, I pulled this out. So this is Crystal Garden, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Rose Kahn. I'm working up here in the corner. It's not very far along. It's only got just under 5,000 stitches in it, but I did put in almost 2,000 of them. So I put in 1,943 stitches. So I'm slowly, I had started parking, but I'm slowly doing the fill-in diagonal with this. So like all of that's filled in now of the background. So yeah, there's 1,943 that I added, 4,948, and I'm all of 1.56% complete. I really love the colors in this one. And the blending in here is looking really good. So those colors make me happy. All right. And what's this one? Oh, there's a really long thread that is still attached. Because I was in the middle of that. Oh, I realized I need rats. I keep forgetting that I need something to help with backlighting where I'm sitting now. Oh well. Okay. So I'm considering it my birthday present. For my birthday, my friend Kristen purchased Honeymoon Sunset from the Cross Stitch Studio for me and another friend of ours, Kim. And Kim changed her channel name to 303 Stitcher? Is that right, Kim? I think? I'm pretty sure. She hasn't recorded in a long time, but go check her out. I'm hoping she puts something up soon. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. But we are selling this as best we can with what we do for, you know, stitching. And where to go? I'm with Jen on this one. Pattern Keeper really needs to have a sort option for patterns. So this is Honeymoon Sunset. That is the mock-up. They just they copyright their mock-ups, which is fine. Prevents unauthorized usage. And if you want to see some really good progress, Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter, is at 25%, I believe, on this picture. She's pushing for 30, if I remember right, for the end of the year. Oh, so pretty. That tree, though, man, they do not. They don't. Phrases and words every once in a while just don't work very well right now. the gloves were off when it came to the tree. And if you're a upper left-hand corner starter, you got into confetti like, now, right now. I unfortunately only got one evening to work on this. So I got all of 400 stitches in. Ta-da! That's so sad. Ugh, I really hate less than 1,000 stitches to start, but it is what it is. When we decided to start this, I don't remember what weekend we started this now. Weekend after my birthday, I think? Could be. But I had already come to the conclusion that I was getting very far behind again in Dragons of the Sabbat. So I could only commit to one weekend, but I don't know. There are so many color changes in these little bits already. But it's going to be so worth it. So worth it. So yeah, 400 stitches for a total of 0.07%. I'll talk about dragons and my issues with dragons in a bit. Okay. That one will be next to last. Let's see. I also worked on another printed pattern. This month I definitely had some can't think evenings, so I pulled this one out. I forgot to grab it. 2 seconds. It's right here. I forgot I needed both of these. Okay. So this is Pegasus. This is also a Dimensions kit ripoff. I don't remember what Dimensions calls it, but there you go. I know somebody has said something in comments before about it, but it's not sticking. So it's just Pegasus. And I put 1,100 stitches in. Again, this is another one. Here, I'll put a stick before shot in because it's so long. Or did I cut that one off? I can't remember. I spilled water on it somehow, or my kid did. I don't know. So I'm having to go reference the paper chart for this section, which is fine. Their printing is perfectly fine. But yeah, I filled in a bunch of all this stuff up here, right in here. Ta-da! I would like to see this finished soonish, but it's huge. Everything I have is huge. Just wait. It's looking really good. So I think I'll probably end up getting all of this stitched before I do the back stitching for the wing and the horse, because I'm just gonna do it all together. As much as I love back stitching. All right, next I worked on. Next I will show you. What's that? Let's see, I'll do this next. I also pulled out Boudreaux again. He got some more love even after the last video. I wanted to see some more of those park threads worked in. I ended up doing 1,344 stitches. And, oh, let me show you Boudreaux. For those of you who are new, because there has been a decent amount of you, thank you. This is a photo that I put into pixelstitch.net of my friend's pup that passed. And so that's Boudreaux. And of course I'm a dingbat and made it huge, so it's going to take me forever to do. But yeah, like I said, I've been trying to work in these park threads, so the 1,344 is all in here. want to get all those worked in. Because I found that even though the pixelstitch.net pattern is not fully pattern keeper compatible, it's not the hot chocolate yet, I swear. There is a way to like do a search function. You still have to manually find everything, but you can have them highlighted, and then you can just go and stitch and not have to worry about, you still have to worry about missing stitches, but you can just see what you've highlighted and go for it. So that's been kind of nice and fun to do it that way instead of having to park. Okay. These next two, no. Well, I already showed you Honeymoon Sunset. That was a new start, obviously. I have another new start. This one was my birthday present from my husband. He let me go ahead and do the kit material, or not the kit, but the fabric and the specialty floss and the beads for the Bella Filipina Mermaids of the Season Sal. There's not a mock-up for it because it is a mystery Sal. Excuse me. Do I have... I don't think I even have it in I didn't even try to put it in Pattern Keeper. So I just have the printed chart, but I don't have like the cover photo of the final piece. If you search for it online, I'm sure you'll see it now. But I was rolling right along with her when I first started on her. And I got 2,303-ish stitches in. Excuse me, that is also counting what I had to frog and put back in, which was like 80 stitches. But here we go. So this is the whole September part. This outline, I don't think you can see. Oh, I haven't even been telling you fabrics or counts, because apparently I do not care today. If you're curious and need to know, please just ask me in the comments and I'll respond. Fail. Whatever. But she's on Yummy Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. Their recommended fabric for the Sal from Bella Filipina, which is Singing in the Rain. I got the 28 count. I'm looking for the tag. I don't think I have a tag. Nope. 28 count? Pretty sure. 28 count linen. But the outer border is Krynic. Like just one strand of Krynic. And then I even did the back stitching right there. Ta-da. And I did the beading up in the corner because I think with the way these are positioned, I should be able to just move this Q-snap. And this is an 11 by 11 Q-snap and it fits perfectly. So I think I'll be able to do the entire thing completely beaded and move over to the next one without actually hitting any beads. So I'll be able to have all of them, the whole thing done, theoretically. I don't think I'm going to be able to actually keep up with it, but when I do the parts, that's what I'll be able to do. So she was really fun to work on. It's kind of sad to have to put her away, but I have goals. Goals, people. Trust me, I will never do these kinds of goals to myself again. I think Darren might be kicking himself a little bit too. Okay. Next to last. Yeah, okay. So tonight, in about an hour and a half, I did 600 stitches on the sucker. Because I wanted to record, and I hadn't forgotten about it, but I had kept pushing it, and then it was like, oh crap, I'm wanting to record, and I haven't done it yet. I was nominated for a small challenge from Tanya. I think that's how she says her name. It's Tanja, but I think it's Tanya. She's a German Flosstuber. I'm not even going to try to say her YouTube channel name, so I'll put it here. I know how to say it in my head, but I don't think my mouth can do it. But she wanted to start sort of a collaboration between the German Flosstube community and the English-speaking Flosstube community. Even though we have to watch each other's channels with subtitles, it's still a world community that we would love to see come together. So she challenged me and another German Flosstuber to do 600 stitches in orange for fall on a project. I got my 600 in. Now, I still have to check with her about, because I'm not familiar, unfortunately, with the German Flosstube community. So I still need to talk to her about who I should nominate from the German Flosstube community. I will tag them below. Before I post this video, I'll have them tagged. So hopefully that'll be the thing. I chose Sunlight by Total Cross Stitch. So pretty. And I worked with these oranges up in the corner. So, and I hadn't seen the light of day for a while, so I was happy to pull it out. And I didn't talk to her about it first, but I'm totally nominating Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter, because I know she's got something orange she can work on Honeymoon Sunset. I'm nominating your project too. No, if you have another orange thing, go for it. But so I filled in here, and then I had this shade of orange that was partially filled in. I'm sure you can see from the before shot if I got it squished in there, but I brought it down here and put all this orange in, and that was 600 even. And this is all of 2,950 stitches in, but it is 3.37% complete now, so it's not huge. It's not a huge piece at all. I mean, that's it. And this is a 25 count even weave, I believe. Honeymoon Sunset, I'm doing like a 30 count China fabric, just so it's not humongous, because God, it's huge otherwise. It's really close to a supersized piece. Crystal Garden and Boudreaux are both on 28 count. The two kits are 14 count. There, I told you. Are you happy now? Okay. Last but not least, I take it. Everybody else. Yeah, I got everybody else. Okay. Last but not least, Dragons of the Sabbat by Ann Stokes. Charted by Paine Free Crafts. No. If you have been following me, you know that I am a glutton for punishment. And I am... Oh, look, my nose is turning red already. Anyway. My challenge that Darren and I challenged each other to last, I think, Christmas time, or close to the end of the year, was that I do all the black on the outside around here, because I am stitching all the black. And he would get Top Frog, Mini Top Frog, Jody Bergsma, Heaven and Earth Designs, completely finished. And I would get all the black outside done. Now, his piece is like 87,000 and some change. For the black around the outside of this sucker is 156,503. Now, I did have a couple of pages done. These pages are like 3,500, so I had maybe 10,000 done, I think. It was a lot. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. And I've had some downtime with it. I took an entire month off this year because I was dumb. What was I thinking? And then this past month I had an entire week of almost absolutely no stitching. And I don't know if I was busy, yes, but part of it, like I was kind of worried I was losing my stitching bug completely. It came back, but in order for me to finish this challenge, hang on, we'll get there. I did end up over the past month-ish, since I last recorded. I gotta find it, hang on. I did stitch 16,779 stitches for a total of 92,866, and I'm at 15.38%. You think I was here-ish? Now, there's the, can't see you. There's the corner to get to. And I still have all of that to do. I entered the chart a second time in Pattern Keeper, just so I could highlight all that black around the outside and see exactly how much I had to finish, like what the total would be, what I'd had done. I could take off and see exactly how many stitches I had left to do. If I do 732 stitches every single day until the end of the year, I will make my goal. So I'm actually, like right now, I've been 1K a day. That's my goal. My personal goal is 1,000 stitches every day. And trying to keep up on work. Because like I said, we have, thankfully, last I talked about our business sales had kind of a little bit. We have had an uptick. People have come off trail. They are looking at new gear for next season. They've, you know, either worn out gear during hiking season this year, or they're looking to upgrade. So we have had an uptick. That also means I'm busier. So, it is going to be a challenge. It's going to be a balancing act. And of course, work will come priority. But I definitely, stitching is right now my mental health savior, for lack of a better word. And I'll go into that a lot more for life. So it's going to be close. It's doable. It's going to be hard, but it's doable. So, Darren, I'm not out of this running yet. Hello, Mr. Cricket. They're all over my basement. There were 3 in the bathroom earlier. I'm just like, really, guys? I am terrified of spiders. There's a wolf spider in the bathroom that I'm letting go, letting it live its little life and getting fat on crickets because I want them gone. So, that is stitching progress. That is not all the stitchy talk, but that is stitching progress. I feel like I had, for saying that I wasn't going to have a lot done, I got a lot done. But again, this was a really hard month, this past month. And I had to, I was going nuts. So, all right, let's see. What do I want to go into next? Let's go with gifts. So, yeah, Stitchy Kindness. So like I said, my birthday came and went, and my other good friend Kim and Chris and I, my besties. I love that I have besties in this amazing community, because y'all, I don't know how I would do it without you guys. I seriously do not know how I would do it without you guys at all. Okay, so Kim got me the other 2 books from Emma Congdon. I had heart, cross stitch for the heart, and she got me earth and soul. Do you see these? Wait. Oh, so these are marked for the ones that I have fabric for and want to do. There are none in here because I want to do every single pattern in this book. And I just took an erasable pen and circled ones that I had fabric for. So, very excited about that. Very excited. Thank you again, Kim. Kristen spoiled me. I had also gotten from my friend Jen, not the Caffeinated Crafter, my friend Jen, sent me a crap ton of Q snaps. All different sizes, big, small, in between. I made a bunch of 11 by 8s, a couple of the 11 by 11s, 11 by 17s. Yeah, there's like 10 in total. And what? So I'm very excited that I can, especially for next year when I will have pulled these projects, like I was talking about, I can just put them on the Q-snap, have them ready to go for the 2 weeks. The plan, I swear, I say what plan I want to have and the exact opposite happens every time. I would like to record every 2 weeks, kind of like Jen, Caffeinated Jen does, because, and yes, I know, I talk about her a lot. But, you know, with her 140 whips, 139, soon to be 500, she and I have a lot in common. And she's hilarious and makes me laugh, and I love talking to her. Anyways. All that to say, I'm hoping to go every 2 weeks so I can just snap up the projects that get pulled for the 2 weeks and have them ready to go. I don't have to worry about fiddling with switching stuff out. It's going to be amazing. And she also sent me these. Carousel Magic. I am a sucker for some carousel horses, man. I want to stitch so many of these. So a lot of these are duplicates because they just show you like project ideas. I've got one marked that I would love to do. I did not end up having the fabric, unfortunately, for it. But it is on the docket. And then I happened to jump on Facebook randomly. I'm on Facebook a lot for the stitching games that I do, but I don't tend to just go into groups and catch up because I like to when I can. But I just happened to stumble on a post from a lovely lady that just had a project that she was like, I am not going to do this. It is not what I thought it was. And it has been one on my wish list since really close to when I first started cross stitching again. And she was like, I just want to get rid of it. And I happened to be the first person to comment on it, and she sent it to me. And I'm very, very grateful. I'm actually going to get her back. It's just hopefully not going to be too long. This is a kit by Riolis, The Underwater Kingdom. I saw someone else on Instagram stitching this, and oh my god, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. I have not done a Riolis kit myself. My son has one that he's doing, the Pug. And this is it's a blend, oh, not a blend, but it's a mix of their wool acrylic blend and anchor floss. And yeah, so that's going in the bucket for next year. And I'm really hoping it gets pulled because I love that. The colors in there are just amazingly vibrant. Yes. Okay. that was my stitchy kindness. So thank you again, all of you, for all the love. That I feel like I don't deserve, but appreciate. Now, I did pick up some goodies myself. Oh, how did I forget? Probably because I already put it away. Kristen, who is also amazing, got me a gift card to 123 Stitch. Say that 50 times fast. And I kitted up 5 more projects, like finished kitting up 5 more projects. Added a little bit myself. Threw that in the pot to top off a couple other ones. So that was amazing. They went way above and beyond and too much. Too much. I love you. Both of you. All of you. Okay. Now, I had gone... If you've been with me a while, you know I'm a sucker for like AliExpress bargains. I don't go there for their cross-stitch stuff, like kits anymore. Obviously, once I learned that they are not sourcing them properly, I was like, well, never mind on those. But, speaking of China, my shirt is from Temu. I know, there's all sorts of opinions on these, but... Okay, this is my entire month. Hang on. It's fine, I'm fine. Everything is fine. My motto. But they target market like nobody's business, just like everything else on the interwebs. And I had been eyeballing their embroidery silks. This is not cross-stitch silk specific, but their embroidery silks have like 970 shades. And I am a sucker for color. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to see, number one, if it's real silk. And number two, if it's any kind of, can I cross stitch with it? Because samplers, hello. So I got a mix of 5 color families. You can see that very well. Hang on, I'll take them out. And I let them, like, you just say, I want the green one, or I want the purple one, or I want the whatever. And then they pick you. Bye. They pick out the stuff to send you. So that was the green. And they labeled the bags up. This store labeled them really nice. Like, this is the group. And it was 400 meters. And then they told me, and then they labeled each skein with the specific code and how many meters they sent me. And it is real silk. Like, I can tell it's not fake. It is real silk. It's a mulberry silk. And it's different than like the Bestitch Me silks that I've gotten. It is very, very close in, like, it feels slightly thinner than DMC. So it is not a 1-to-1 equivalent, unfortunately. However, cost-wise, I think it would be, I don't remember, I did the math, and it was like, I know it was a little cheaper than normal, but not by much. So there's really no reason to think that they're going to put small business hand dyers out of business. They're not undercutting them by that much. I just wanted to see if it was what it was like. And like I said, these are, 970 shades is nothing to shake a stick at when it comes to variety. Look at all these shades of blue. Oh, so pretty. I haven't decided what I want to stitch with these yet. I have a number of samplers, especially from 2x2 Stitch Art. But those are really big, and I don't know that I have maybe if I mix the colors, I would have enough. But like I said, I think what I would want to do is, I think this would be suited for a larger count fabric over one, like maybe a 40 or 46 is kind of what I want to try. And I don't have any of that, so it's gonna be a hot minute before I can test my theory. I don't know why I'm trying to hold it up like that, but there we go. But it's not really washing out, but the light's reflecting off of it like crazy because it is silk. Oranges. And I got two different purples. Well, purple and pink. But typically these silks are used for the kind of realistic embroidery that you see. If you've seen advertisements and stuff for those. If I can find a picture of an example, I'll throw it up there. I am not good at those stitches at all, the long, short stitches. My brain does not like trying to figure out where to stick the needle. So I would love to see these utilized in a sampler. I just think that would be so much fun. Purple. I will go ahead and link the store. They're not the least expensive on AliExpress, but these are the ones that I tested. As far as, like I said, the quality seems really good. And they shipped it out relatively quickly, within a couple of days. So, and then they sent me a couple of mini bobbin freebies, black and white. Do you want to see my patterns that I got? I know I kept saying that I was on a spending freeze, and that never happened. Stress buying is definitely a thing for me. We had the money. I didn't overspend as far as, like, bills are paid. But did I save any money? Heck no. Heck no. And everything I got was on sale. And none of it was super expensive, but I think, yeah. Okay, so let me see. I don't remember. Okay, LaswrArtsDesigns. Now, this is a shop on Etsy that I would honestly be very hesitant to purchase from again because of this. I think it'll still look okay when it's complete. If I stitch on a small, like a higher count, so that you can't like see each individual square really easily. But I mean, that is some unnecessary confetti. Like, holy cow. And there's a little blurb that says, if you don't think that there should be this much color, feel free to substitute. That is not my job. Your job is to make a good pattern. So, your choice if you decide to take a look at their shop. I want to say, who's this one by? No, that was a different shop. Okay. All right. So there's that one. This next one I got from also Etsy. I think I went shopping on Etsy. That's what happened. Now I have been very careful about, if I'm shopping on Etsy, I look into the descriptions to see if they are copyrighted. If they say something about, you know, copy licensed or public domain or copyright free or original designs, those are the keywords, the key phrases and words that I look for. If it doesn't have that, I skip the shop. It's too risky of ripping off other artists for what they've worked hard for. So as far as that goes, the shops that I have purchased from have that in there. I've also, with the exception of the Mount Fuji one, I do check the mock-ups to see, or the pictures to see if they have a mock-up listed. And honestly, I think LaswrArtsDesigns did, and I think at that point in time I was just like, whatever, I'll deal with it. Now this one is from SarahAnnStitches. I think that was the name of her shop too, but I could be wrong. I will label specifically this chart in the description box as it's the Auryn from Neverending Story. I will label it Auryn from the Etsy shop. And I have had this one in my wish list for a very long time, and it was on sale. And it's the emblem that was on the book and around Atreyu's neck. And if you're an 80s kid and you have not seen the Neverending Story, I do not know what rock you grew up under, because I was under a rock and I still saw this movie. But, you know, it's got a galaxy, and galaxies are kind of my thing. So pretty. And it's not super huge, so, excuse me, should not take that long. I have not paired fabric with it. Excuse me, so that's definitely a back burner. All of these are like, I have no clue when they're gonna get stitched. No clue. If ever. Let's be honest. Because I definitely have a stable. Stable being stash acquired beyond life expectancy. That's okay. All right, the next one. Oh. So I don't know if he knows it, but I went and I got a simultaneous birthday present for both me and Dizzy. I don't think he knows it because it was probably done under my real name. But I got his Phoenix chart. Oh my god, it's so pretty. And this is the regular size. I did not go for the max one because I think this looks fantastic just as a regular. I mean, it's still big, but as a regular piece, I think it's going to be amazing. Look at all that black. I am such a glutton. So pretty. But yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous. So yeah, I figured the sale for him was his birthday present for me. Even though I also got a birthday. We share a birthday. So I got me and him one. All right, the next one. I hope it says in here because I'm going to feel really bad because I do not remember. Okay, good. StitchWitchCat. She is on Flosstube, but she's not recorded in a really long time. But I really, really enjoyed her videos. And she started charting her own AI art. And I just love how a ton of them came out. So I went and bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 of them. 6 charge. Again, I think she was having a sale, so I took advantage. And I got, oops, hold on. This one is Halloween Dreams. That dress. I used to have a figure that I could wear a dress like that. Not anymore. She has a series of elven doors. Some are like January, February, March, those kind of things. And then she's got some ones that are not labeled as such. And I did not get the entire year, but I did get the ones that I really liked. So really it was like the spring, summer months. This one is May. June. July. Yeah, I want to go there. I want to go through that door onto that beach. I think this one's my favorite one out of the doors. And then this last one is called Calypso. And I just, oh, these colors. And just the mystical landscape. Really fun. Let's see. There is a shop on Etsy. It's, for the Etsy name, it's XCrossstitchPatternx. And then it's just a cross stitch pattern is their logo. So for Etsy, I'll link them below too, but excuse me. I got their, I don't think I have a cover photo for these. And I don't think I have Etsy installed on this tablet. Oh well, okay. I'll put a thing here. But it was like a bug collection bundle. And they're not super huge. There's backstitching in it too, but that's the bee mock-up. I don't want to do it on like a darker fabric, like they have it in the cover photo. Excuse me. I meant to also grab my water and I forgot. Okay. Yeah, it's still going. I'm dragging y'all down with me. If I'm gonna get sucked in, y'all are too. Okay, these came from, what store did I get these from? I'll link the store that I bought them from, but these are like a reseller, I think, because they are crediting Happy Mood Point with the original design. This is, oops, SS031 Butterfly Sampler. And I think that would be really cool done in different colors of those silks. I have 5 different colorways, so I would probably want to go ahead and get 3 more, maybe 4 more to finish, you know, to do each motif in different shades. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah? No? Maybe? I don't know. We'll figure it out. And again, this one is also by Happy Mood Point from the secondary shop. And this is called Angels and Demons. Oops. Oh my gosh. I'm hitting the stupid 3 thing. There we go. Mock up. Angels and Demons. That's got a lot of stitches in it. Lotta. But I think it's going to be gorgeous when it's done. And then this one is SS105 Sampler. Also Happy Mood Point, if I'm recognizing it anyway now. I think that one would be pretty cool in like a kaleidoscope effect with the kind of blending out the shades too. But again, I don't know if I have enough, I actually have enough lengths of each to do. And of course, with not knowing anything about these, I have no idea how well the dial, like the shading, like if I order the same number, how close it's going to be being a different dye lot that comes. No clue. Okay, now this last pattern was actually a kind of a gift, but more of a test stitch that she was looking for people to actually do. So commission, but mutually beneficial because I didn't pay for the pattern. She's not paying for the test stitching itself. And this is Root Made on Etsy. And I actually really kind of, I like some of her other stuff that she's got in there too. So, and she knows that I'm not going to be able to touch this until next year. So, it's not super huge, but it's a little bluebird on a branch. And bluebirds are one of my favorite ones. I love it when they come around here. We actually had a nest of bluebirds right outside our bathroom window one year. That was really fun to watch the nest grow. And the babies fledge and everything. So I will be test stitching. I'm hoping I have fabric that I can, like, I don't want to do it on white, but I don't know what I have left that will work on this. So I might have to figure something out for that. She said she didn't mind what count fabric it went on, just that it got good pictures when it was done. And that's it. That's enough, right? All right. Plans. So last time I did talk about my plans for next year. Oh, crap. Circling back, I forgot. I did have a question. I looked at my notes and was like, oh yeah, I forgot to talk about that. I did have a question from Amelia. She asked about how I avoid lines on any kind of block stitching. And I thought I knew, but then I started, I'll fold it again. Now maybe I'm just seeing things, but I feel like this column right here, I feel like I can see a line. Yeah, see it right there? This is off the same cone of DMC. There's no dye difference or anything like that. And it's not really a column line. Like if you hold it to an angle, there's no actual line, but it's like the shade shifted. And I think I had been stitching top down to come around the circle. Now I'm stitching bottom up, and I'm wondering if that slight tension difference of going up made that happen. So I'm not 100% convinced that I know what the hell I'm talking about when it comes to no lines. I mean, it's not showing up anywhere else. It shows up in the corner where I have two different shades of black, which luckily you really can't see once you're far enough away from it, unless you're like really looking for it. So I'm really, the more I work on this and see what happens, the more I'm convinced it's tension and consistency in method of stitching. If you stitch top down, continue stitching top down. If you pull hard your threads and you don't have, let me back up, because, you know, up until now, there have been 0 lines, none whatsoever. That I'm convinced that, so maybe it's like a 2-part kind of thing. You have to have a little bit of everything thrown into one to, you know, perfect storm it. Sorry for the thread. I guess you can call it feathering. It's just a 2-stitch feather. Every other row gets 2 stitches over, or 1 stitch over the line, 1 stitch under the line. And that has prevented any kind of like tension column lines. I think the shading, I don't know guys. we'll see on the next column, because I'm going to start stitching down. If I see the line on the... Why am I doing that? I can show you. If I see the line again here when I stitch down, but not over here when I stitch down, then I'll know that this is simply because I switched like the method of which way I'm going. It's not big enough to make it a huge deal, but it was just like, huh, I wonder why that happened. Okay, tick that off. Amelia also asked if I had any update on Mermaid, Face of a Mermaid. Nope. No, she has not been stitched on since... I don't remember when. But no, I have not stitched on her. If I do happen to catch up with dragons, I will pull her out before the end of the year and stitch on her. When I have felt the need for a break from dragons, other projects have called me, or I had a request. But you have now. I will take that as a request. So the mermaid will come out if I can get her in. Okay, my other points have all been made. All right, so I think that's it as far as stitching talk goes. Per my usual, it's about an hour. If you want to stick around for a life update, please do. Grab a beverage. Get your stitching out. Like I said, I really wanted to do this as a stitch with me, just so you didn't have to sit and stare at my face if you're actually watching, which I don't do something else. But so the update that I did not give from last time, I had a pending psychological evaluation, and that happened at the beginning of August. It is now the end of the first week of October. I still do not have those results, which apparently is an issue with this particular practice. Not much I can do about it. Now, have you seen my mug? This is me. Anyway. So I went in and I did the test, and I was actually really disappointed in the testing method. It was like a 5 bajillion questionnaire. True, false. Does this statement apply to you? And when I can look at the question and go, nope, don't have OCD, might as well knock that question out of the park. It was very, very, very frustrating, because these are very, in my opinion, I am no psychologist, obviously, but with all the chatter in recent years on mental health and people talking more about it and research expanding things, and especially with ADHD in women and girls, and knowing that they should be treated as a slightly different way of diagnosing, because they don't manifest the same way as little boys or men. And when I can sit there and identify the questions specifically focused towards those typical male manifestations of ADHD, I was a little livid by the end of it. Do you have trouble keeping your legs still when you're sitting there? No, but my brain goes 100 miles an hour. Does that count? So, by the end of the test, the administrator, who is an assistant, I believe, I can't remember her actual title. She's not the psychologist. Maybe an assistant, kind of like a physician's assistant. She knows a lot, but she's not doctorate kind of thing. she went back and did a brief evaluation on the evaluation. She's like, she came back to the room and she said, my word is not final. She said, but on my preliminary observations from our previous meeting and today, she's like, I don't think you have ADHD. Well, I saw that coming 100 miles an hour. She said, what I feel like we're looking at is poorly managed symptoms of your depression and anxiety. I was like, okay, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. Whether that's in tandem with the other stuff or if it is all rolled into one, at this point, it is what it is. You know what? If we call it a depression and anxiety and treat it as such, and I can get it under control, that's all I care about. I really don't give a shit about the label anymore. I don't. I never really did, but it was definitely a way of being able to categorize something and not just have it as a big question mark over my head. So, so September rolls around. She said expect at least 6 weeks to get your results. Middle of September rolls around, nothing. At this point, I'm just like, you know what? Screw it, whatever. I'll go back to the doctor and we'll go from there. I don't need you. Sorry, I'm sorry if that noise is like driving people crazy. They should have asked me, do you stir your coffee until it's annoying? Yes, I do. I was really hoping, because the end of my prescriptions were coming, were like the end of the script when I would have to go like actually renew the whole thing instead of just getting a refill was coming up. So I was really hoping I would get the results and be able to talk to my provider without having to deal with a whole, like, I just got these renewed and now I got to get these, just start me over fresh. Well, didn't hear from anybody. I was getting towards the last week and a half of medicine. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'll just go ahead and call for a refill. My doctor's office says, don't call us, call your pharmacy. Call the pharmacy, request the refills. No problem. 4 days go by. I am now 3 days out from not having enough medicine and it's going into the weekend. Call the pharmacy. We've tried 4 times and nobody's gotten back with us. Awesome. Call the doctor's office and they're like, oh, there's a note in here that you need to see the doctor. That's why they're denying them. Like, nobody actually told the pharmacy that they were denying them for any particular reason. And nobody called me. So thanks for that. I'm out of medicine. That was Monday. Monday was the last day I had meds. And they're like, well, you need to come in. I was like, that's fine. Schedule me. So I get scheduled for that Thursday. Nobody calls me to say that my meds were called in. And come to find out, it's because the pharmacy that I use have an automatic, like, your meds are ready, which was not turned on in my account. At this point, I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I didn't find that out until after the appointment on Thursday with the nurse practitioners who I saw. So in the States, I don't know if this is like a worldwide kind of thing, but we have like your regular doctors. We've got your like holistic medicine doctors that are called DO. So you got your MDs, you got your DOs, which are like more holistic kind of doctors. And then the next step down would be a nurse practitioner. I tend to like nurse practitioners better because they don't have a doctorate. They have to look at things in a different way and recognize when they don't know what the hell they're talking about to get it out to the proper people. So I went to the nurse practitioner, and by this time I'm 3 days with no meds, and it's showing. Like my off my meds are showing. I'm very, very easily riled up emotionally. I'm like drop of a hat, the tears just can start. It's fun. It's great fun. So I go in and I explain to her what's going on, why I hadn't been seen, what the plan, you know, and I was like, look, this is what they're saying. I don't have results yet. She's like, that doesn't surprise me. That's kind of par for the course for them. Great. She said, I want to try you on some new medicine. Let's, she's like, you're already off of this other one. Let's just try something else. So she wanted to try me on one that helps with sleep specifically. I have been on this one before years and years and years ago. And I remember then I didn't like it. I felt like a zombie. But I was willing to give anything at this point another shot. So that, and we kept my anxiety medicine the same because it does its job as well as it can for the type of medicine it is. It's non-addictive, not non-habit forming, and that's what I prefer in that class of medication. And then she also prescribed, now the sleep aid one is an antidepressant when used in a higher dosage. Lower dosages are more for a sleep therapy. Higher dosages, sleep and antidepressant. But she also wanted to go and pair it with a similar type but different, like they work on different receptors, of another antidepressant. So I call the pharmacy after I leave, make sure that they've got the scripts and that they're going to go ahead and fill them. They said, sure, it'll be ready after whatever. I go to pick it up, and it was just the two, right? Yeah, it's just the two. Oh, she got me refills on the other ones. That's what I was thinking, because I picked up a bunch. Anyways, they said it'll be X number of dollars, and I said, why? I have my insurance. I don't have any copays. So what's up? And it wasn't bad. It's not terrible, but it's the principle. And they said, oh, well, your insurance requires a prior authorization. Now, for those of you in countries who care about your citizens and their health care, prior authorization means that the insurance gets to make the call on whether or not you need the medicine. And your doctor has to call the insurance or fax them or email them or whatever and say, this is why I think this person needs this and why this particular medicine and not this other medicine. That was Thursday, again, right after the doctor's appointment. I called the pharmacy on Monday to see if they had gotten approval for it. And they said, nope, hasn't gone through yet. Okay. Call the doctor's office, talk to a nurse, said, here's what's going on. Need a prior authorization. Want to make sure it's gotten sent in. She pulls up my file. She's like, let me go ahead and send it. I got to hear back from them before I know anything, so I'll have to call you back. Okay, no problem. A couple of days go by. Haven't heard from them. Call, let's see, how did the order of operations work for this one? Call the doctor's office Thursday? Friday? Call the doctor's office Friday and say, I was supposed to hear back from a nurse about this prior authorization for this new medicine, and I haven't heard from anybody. Oh, well, that went through on Tuesday. Your pharmacy should have filled it. Did you let the pharmacy know that they could fill it? Because if not, why would they try to fill it again? So I went and got my medicine. And mind you, this is all, not only am I done with my old medicine, I'm on a new medicine at this point. Trying to deal with it. And it's going haphazardly. We'll put it that way. So yeah, I go and pick that one up, and I'm ready to start it the next day. Now, this other medicine, the first one for the sleep, works exactly how I remember it. The dosage that she had me on, again, was a lower dose for the antidepressant. Zombie. Oh man, sleep like a rock, don't move, not conscious for 8 hours at least. It's like coming up out of quicksand. And I was a zombie for an entire 8 hours. I was finally feeling awake 8 hours after I woke up. Okay, we won't do that dose again. Go down to 2/3 of a dose. And I took it at the time that I thought I would want to start falling asleep, and then realized that I had forgotten to do some things. So I was doing those things and pushing through, discovered that if you push through the initial, like, I want to go to sleep thing, it doesn't really help you go to sleep after that. So that was a rough night. And I was still a zombie the next day, even after I got 8 hours of sleep. And then, so I went down to a half dose, like a half a tablet of the original dose. And that seems to be doing better. It's certainly not the dosage she wants me on, but you know what? That's what I can function on. That's what we're going to use. Oh, the nurse practitioner, in conjunction with these new medicines, did refer me to I don't know what to call them, counseling center? Sure. Yeah, counseling center. They're not psychologists, but they're like licensed professional therapists. I've been there, done that. I have been in therapy numerous times before with meh results. However, I have had 2 sessions with this particular therapist, and I'm very, very, very hopeful because I meshed well with him. I have 0 problems, like, talking to him. He is engaging me. Like, if I'm like, look, I don't know where to even start. I don't know what to tell you. There's prompts there. It's not just me doing this, just talking at him. There's no feedback that way. I mean, I love you guys, and I get some feedback in the comments, but there's no, it's just me inputting into the camera and nothing back. Interactively, you know. So yeah, so starting that, I'm 2 or 3 days now on this other new antidepressant. I am not feeling like the world is hopeless, and I'm out of the very dark place that I was in. So thank God. Because yeah, that while I was completely off medicine and just trying to do the sleep time, not good, not a good spot for me to be in at all. If you're in the same boat as I am and you've had to change medicines, you know, it is so hard to change and adjust, and it takes like a month and a half. So I mean, I'm still like in the very beginnings of even knowing if these are going to work for me long term. It's very, very, very frustrating to have such a whirlwind in your brain of emotions and mental anguish, really, when it comes down to it, that 4 to 6 weeks is such a long time. And it's frustrating and it's scary. Like, I was really not looking, I knew it needed to happen. I knew that the medicine I was on was not doing it. But it's terrifying, frankly, to have to change. And because of this, because you don't know how you're going to respond to it. You don't know if it's going to make it worse. You don't know if it's going to be better, if you're going to be a zombie, if it's just going to take away all sorts of caring. Been there, done that, it sucks. So
How are you all doing? I hope much better than me. I do. I hope that you have had a fantastic month and you have not had to deal with this kind of stuff, because ew. Ew. Now, I really hope that doesn't come off as a moan fest, and probably 2/3 of you clicked off after I started whining about this, but sometimes just venting about it is the only way to get past it, and that's kind of where I'm at. It did not help that the major thing that I talked about in my Stitch With Me that was attached to a video, that also came up. Court came up and was a monumental waste of time. Because the judge was not in. The magistrate was there and was like, I can't hear this case, so you're going to have to come back when the judge is here. They should never have put him on the docket. Ever. So they're still in limbo. We've had 3 deaths in extended family. My husband's had 2 funerals to go to. I've got a funeral coming up that I need to go to. So that's been tough as well. It's not been anybody like super close to us, but again, close enough that we need to go help support those who are left behind. Yeah. So just a lot of stress, a lot of stuff to get through. And I know that people have it way harder than I do. But man, we don't have the mental capacity to deal with it. It's tough. Don't let anybody ever tell you that what you're going through doesn't matter and that you should just tough it up and suck it up because somebody else has it worse. What you're going through is valid. So don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. Excuse me. Now, I do have a way to end this on a not sucky note. So, some of you have already read about this story because I told you about it like right after it happened. But I'm going to share with the world. I'm going to spread that butter on a cracker. So, my oldest took my youngest to go see the Paw Patrol movie. How adorable is that? Oh my gosh. Because my oldest works in the movie theater and gets tickets, you know, one for them, one for guest. And was like, I want to take little man to go see Paw Patrol. I was like, all right, I'll take him up to the movie theater because I'm not ready for him to ride with children yet. And I know they're 19, almost 19. Not enough time under their belt for that. And it's like 20 minutes to get to the theater. And I'm like, it's only an hour-and-a-half movie. I'm not going to drive all the way home just to turn around and drive back. Okay. Drop him off at the front of the movie theater, drive up to the corner to drive around back to the parking lot. And then I remember that in the same shopping plaza is one of my favorite ice cream parlors. All right, I had a good week as far as like, I hadn't snacked a whole lot, had not gone overboard with a bunch of stuff. And I was like, I'm going to treat myself. I've had a shitty week. I am going to treat myself. And yes, I know I have sworn a lot in this video. Trust me, in real life, it's a lot worse. Anywho, I'm going to go treat myself. So I parked the car. And okay, so the movie theater is on this block. Caddy corner, right over there, is the ice cream parlor. And I park around the block of the theater on the one side, and you can just walk a straight line back to the ice cream shop. Those are in the States, and I don't know if these are expanded elsewhere, but this is Cold Stone Creamery. And the concept behind Cold Stone Creamery is that they have a granite countertop that is chilled to about -16 degrees, which is, I believe, 8 degrees Celsius, -16 Fahrenheit. And the ice cream is like in, you know, a little display case, and you choose your flavor or whatever, and they scoop your portion and they plop it on the slab. And then they have like stuff they can mix in: crackers, cookies, candies, fruits, syrups, tons of stuff. And they chop it up and mix it in right there on the granite. And the granite's so cold it kind of refreezes because it goes on kind of sloppy, and it refreezes on the granite as they mix them. Keep this in mind. This is an important step. So I go in. I don't want to deal with my purse. So I pull my debit card out of my wallet, stick that back in the purse, stick it on the passenger floor, kind of shove it up so that, you know, people can't see it. I can see my car. It's fine. Lock the car. Go into the shop. Choose my flavors. I chose cheesecake flavored ice cream with strawberries, blueberries, and graham crackers in a waffle cone. Some of my favorite mixes, okay? And in this waffle cone, and it's a decent sized waffle cone, she puts the ice cream on the stone, she puts the cracker, she puts the strawberry and the blueberries, and she chop, 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 fold, fold, done. She plops it in the cone, and as she's handing it to me, it's already dripping. Oh, okay, it's going to be one of those. So I'm already licking it because it's dripping already. And I'm walking over to the cash register because I need to pay for this concoction now. And I'm slurping, and I'm pulling stuff out of my pocket, and I'm going, where's my card? What happened to my card? I put it in my pocket. I put it in my pocket. I'm committed to this thing now. I've licked it. I can't just hand it back to her and say, I'm sorry. It does not work that way. I look at her, and I know the panic is in my eyes and the desperate, oh my gosh, this is not happening to me. I said, that's my car right there. You can see my car. I need to go look for my card. I put it in my pocket. It must have fallen out. She said, you're fine. It's fine. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay. So I go out, I'm walking to the car, and I'm licking and slurping and trying to contain this thing that's already dripping down the sides. And as I'm walking, I'm realizing I am going to have to maneuver stuff in my car with this mess in my hand. One-handed. I'm left-handed. I have to do it with my right hand because this is not happening no, not going to happen. So I go over to the passenger side of the car to make sure she knows I'm not trying to just get in my car and leave. Okay, I don't want to cause her any anxiety on top of my anxiety. I open the door, and I'm licking, and I'm slurping, and I pull the purse down out from the passenger side, and I'm doing, and it's hard to coordinate because my hands don't like talking to each other. And I unzip the purse, and I pull the wallet out, and I open it, and the card is not there. At this point, I forget about the cone in my hand and go, where is my card? And I pull the wallet out, and I'm looking in the purse, and I set the wallet down, and then I remember how drippy this thing is, and I look, and it's all over my seat from the drips. So get all the slop out of there as best I can. And I'm looking, and I'm like, I have no way to clean this. I don't have any napkins. I don't have any towels. And I brought my stitching, and my stitching is right next to the drips, and the drips have started dripping onto this thing, which is also in the passenger seat. Yes, I briefly thought about licking all of that up with my tongue because I don't have anything else. No, that's gross. I'm back away from the car. Okay, got my cone, close the passenger door, slurp, 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 walk around to the side. Maybe it fell on the ground when I got out of the car. Look on the ground, no card. Okay, maybe it's in the crack between the door and the car. Okay, open the car door. Nothing. I stand up, and the wind blows my hair that I have not tied up to eat this monstrosity. And it blows on the cone. I have ice cream all over my hair, and it's so I'm licking my hair, and I'm licking the cone, and I'm going, this is not happening. This is not happening. Now I don't have a card. No, I have a card. Okay, I pull the card, an extra card that I didn't want to use, but I had to anyway. And now, okay, I have my prize torch, and I stick it in my pocket. This thing is still dripping. By now, I can't keep up with the drips. So it's running down my hand. And I'm walking back to the shop. And the wind blows my hair into the cone again. And this time when I pull my hair out, it flops onto my arm. And now I have ice cream all over my arm. My kids asked for forks for their first birthdays because I instilled in them we don't use our hands to eat with and we keep them clean. And sticky is bad. And now I'm sticky. Everywhere. Slurp, 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 lick, lick, lick. Regretting this decision for ice cream highly at this point. And I'm walking back, and now I'm thinking I'm going to have to freaking call the bank again and get a new stupid card again because I lost my debit card. Again. Even though I've not lost it, it's just people stealing the damn thing. I open the door to the shop to pay for my cone. I glance down, and it's on the floor in the shop next to the cash register. I didn't have to go through any of that at all. I just had to look down. Just look down. I pick it up. I pay for my ice cream that is still dripping all over me. And I say, can I please have some wet paper towels to clean the sticky off of this cone? Yes, ma'am. Right away, ma'am. So I sit down and I'm cleaning it up and I'm trying to keep up with the slurps while I clean so that I catch it up. And I sit and I eat the rest of my cone in silence, and the cone just tastes like sadness at this point. Finish the cone. I go to the bathroom and I wash from like here down to get all the sticky off. And I wash my face and I wash my hair. And I get a big pile of paper towels and take back to my car to wash the gross off my car. And that is the story of the ice cream escapade. You're welcome. No, I don't think I was recorded. Yes, I would understand if somebody did. All I wanted was some ice cream so that I could eat my feelings, and it made my feelings worse. But, you know, at that point, all you can do is laugh. I mean, you know, it was either laugh or bawl hysterically in the middle of an ice cream shop with nobody I knew around me. And then I went and I told the story to my friends. And now I'm telling them to the rest of my friends. And I waited for my kids to get out of the movie theater. My life, everyone. So, I hope you enjoyed that. And we ended it on a decent note this time. I don't know when I'm going to come back, guys. Oh, I do have plans. So, if the 5 of you who stayed for the stories, you're going to know my plans and everybody else is going to be left in the dark. Although we know exactly how my plans go most of the time. I did get this. He's so cute. Okay, so I have baskets that I talked about last time for whips and new start labels. Like I'll have my active whips or the whips that are already there. And then I'm going to put like 72 slips of, this says new start in there. And they're going to get mixed up and I'm probably going to pull a bajillion new starts for a while. Because I actually think I have more new starts than active whips planned for next year. I may pull some of those new start slips out just so that older stuff does get worked on and then throw starts back in as I need. I don't know. We'll see. That's not solid yet. So I'll mix and I'll pull those out and then I have a second bucket. So how many slips of new starts I pull, those will be pulled from this other basket. I needed a third basket and I didn't realize it, but we're just going to dump stuff out and put stuff in. So I don't have another $10 to spend on a basket. I do, but I don't want to spend it on another basket. Anyway, then the next basket is going to have stitch counts. And every 2 weeks, I'm going to pull... I may actually pull stitch counts first. Because I want to pull so that I don't over pull projects. Because I have very solid goals for these. It's not going to be a, oh, well, I only got 500, so that's just going to go back in the basket. No, it's going to stay out until I make whatever stitch goal I pull for it. So I might pull those first so I get an idea of how many whips I need to pull. Yes. Stitch counts first, then projects. So anyways, I will pull stitch counts until I get to a certain number, and then I will match however many slips of paper with projects, and those projects will get worked on until they are done. Now, I should be pulling those so that I have those goals met by the time I record again. That is the plan. The list that I had made 150 total whips, new starts and old projects. I have 50 bonus projects. Those bonus projects were meant to stop at 50. I am well over 50 now of possible starts in that bonus category. So I think what I will do is maybe I'll throw in some bonus new start slips, and if I pull those, then I'll have another mix thing to pull from there. It sounds complicated. It's not really. But I ended up kitting up, excuse me, 35. I went from 2 bins of fabric to 1 bin of fabric when I kitted stuff. Well, I'm saying kitted, but I work from my master set of DMC. So unless it has specialty floss or beads, kitted just means pairing some fabric with it. I still have projects that I would love to pair up with fabric that I don't have fabric for now, and I don't know if that's going to happen any day soon. So those might just languish for a while. Because as much as I say I'm on a spending freeze, I really need to be. I have set myself kind of a budget, a monthly budget, so that hopefully knowing that I have something to look forward to, that I can spend a little bit of money, I won't go overboard with it. Excuse me. I did already spend October's. As far as plans go, I think that was the only thing I really wanted to talk about with you on that. I think. Pretty sure. I did a poll. Oh! Shit. Remember this? This was from last video too. I forgot to put it down as my notes. I prepped doing the drawing and I didn't do it. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. And I mean, it's not like you have to be present to win, right? I'm gonna do the thing. That's why I have your emails, right? Now, my per usual, whatever word I want that's not coming to me at the moment, where I say the things about the thing that you have to do in order to do a drawing. In order to have gotten into this drawing, you had to say the code word in the last video and be signed up for the Happy Mail giveaway. Now, if you signed up before, you don't need to sign up again. It's in there. There is no like identifying information that I've asked for. It's just basically your name that I can match to you and your email address. That's it. Okay. So I put in random comment picker, the video, and I went ahead and put in the code word, which was country. I am surprised 7 of you are interested in this. I'm not expecting a huge like, ooh, me for these old ass kits, but 7 of you were interested. So hopefully I don't have to cut this part out, and whoever wins is part of the Happy Meal form. Okay, I had to cut it because the last person did not sign up, which is super frustrating. I apologize. I can't emphasize enough why I do that, and that you have to do it in order to win. Here we go again. Mrs. Stitches! I know who you are, so, and I know you're signed up, so yay, congratulations. I will send you an email and we will get all that sorted out. If it's okay, I will have my friend nab that from me at Stitching in the Springs, which, oh, I forgot to talk about that. Stitching in the Springs next month. My Canadian friend Kristen is coming down. I will give it to her to mail from her house to save on postage. So it'll be a little bit before you get that, if that's okay. So yeah, yay, congratulations. Okay. I think, all right, I'm glad I remembered that. Now I don't remember what I was talking about before I remembered that. Oh, I know what, I remembered what triggered it. I had done a poll on my community tab from last video about should I do a tour of my crafty space now that I have organized it. That hadn't happened because in between asking that poll and realizing that I was going to do one, I'm a clutter bug and my space is messy. So that meant I have to clean it again, and that hadn't happened. So I will do that now and film a separate video that you can enjoy it in a couple of weeks. Or I don't know, I might just post it straight away. I have no idea. I think that is actually it now. Hodgepodge, hot mess. Welcome to my videos. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. If this highly depressed you and you're never coming back, I completely understand. All right. Thank you so much for your support, guys. I don't think I could do a lot of functioning like I do without you. So, all right, I will see you next time. Enjoy your stitching time between now and then. I hope life is giving you lots of lemonade and hot chocolate. And I will see you in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.